So I'm laying on the side of the road, starting to think about going into shock. I was an EMT. That's part of the reason why I knew to pull my arm in line and do the brachial tourniquet. I was trained in college to be an EMT. So I knew a little bit about my own physiology, and I also knew what shock was and what it meant and the dropping of blood pressure and so on. So I decided I was just going to let go. My dog was safe. Everything I owned was burned and gone. I had amazingly adventurous life. I was 28 at the time, and I thought, well, this would be a good time just to go. And so I was just going to let everything slide. I could feel myself kind of slipping away, and I was going to go. The sun was setting, so I was just going to leave with the sun. That was the idea, and be away from all the pain I was feeling, because I was in intense pain because the heat from the fire, though I wasn't burning anymore. The heat that from the meat that was burning was still cooking on my arm and on my leg. So I was in excruciating pain. I couldn't feel anything from the brake because it had severed my median nerve. So from my elbow down, I could feel nothing in my hand, which is merciful because I didn't feel that part of the burn, but the burn on my leg and the other secondary burns that I got on my the rest of my body hurt like hell. So I didn't want to be in my body anymore, and I was going. So I just started to leave, and just as I started to do that, someone yelled, "Don't do it!" And it scared me. It just totally and I took this huge deep breath, like I'd been caught with, like a kid with his hand in the cookie jar. It was like almost like being electrocuted. And what it was there was a doctor who had been going home, heading north. He had seen the accident. He got out of his car with his bag, and he was attending me. I didn't know he was there, but he realized that I was going to slide into shock, and he knew what I was doing, and he caught me, and he said, "Don't do it." And at that point, I was like, okay, I'm going to live. And so I took this really deep breath, and I was like, all right, I'm alive. I'm going to live. But I was pissed. I was really angry. I was angry about the fact that my arm was shattered. I was angry about the fact that my van was destroyed and everything I owned was destroyed. I was angry because I had just finished my apprenticeship as a flute maker not so long ago, and I'd worked really hard to get to this point where I could be an independent craftsman on my own. I had signed up for a membership in a market in Portland, Oregon recently, and I was on my way. I was going to be this, the super hippie that made the flutes and sold the flutes at the market, and it was just going to be a wonderful time. And here I was on the side of the road with nothing except a busted arm and